A mysterious warplane, a series of military drills, and a shaky neighbor vulnerable to meddling. I'm not describing some imaginary spy thriller. This could be happening in India's neighborhood, right next door in Bangladesh. Look at the latest development. A US Air Force plane landed in Chittagong on Sunday. This is a C-130J Super Hercules. This plane is usually stationed in Japan, but this weekend it landed at the Shah Amanat Airport. Like I said, it's located in Chittagong in Bangladesh. It is very close to India's northeast and Myanmar. And this is not an isolated military move. It's part of a series of drills and surveys by the US military, which makes you wonder, what is the US up to and should India be worried? Let's look at the background first. Bangladesh was plunged into chaos last July. That's when radical students hit the streets in protest. They forced Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to flee. After that, an interim ruler took over, Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus. Now, Yunus has extremely close ties to the United States, so speculation was rife about US meddling. Many analysts said that Washington had toppled Sheikh Hasina. And these latest military moves must be seen in this backdrop, in the backdrop of alleged US meddling. Now look at their recent moves. In late July, Bangladesh and America conducted a joint drill. It was called Tiger Lightning. Both armies practiced counter-terror ops and jungle missions. Then in early August, another joint drill was held. This one was called Tiger Shark. It involved special forces from both sides. Interestingly, US weapons were used in this drill. Then yesterday, a third drill began. It's called Pacific Angel 25-3. It involves the air forces of Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and the US. Chances are that's why the Super Hercules flew over from Japan to take part in these drills. Either way, it's a lot of drills in a short period of time, 3 in just 60 days. And it's not been business as usual. Consider what happened earlier this month. A US Special Forces soldier was found dead in Dhaka. He went to Bangladesh in April. Months later, he was found in a posh Dhaka hotel. Again, it does sound like a spy thriller, but what exactly happened to this soldier? The US Embassy won't say. They have been reluctant to share details. Reports say Indian agencies were also concerned by this incident. They feared a US plot in the region. Which brings us to present day. What is the US up to in Bangladesh, and should New Delhi be worried? Some reports indicate a Myanmar angle. As you know, Myanmar has been gripped by a civil war. The ruling junta is fighting a rebel alliance. Apparently, both China and the US are courting these rebels. And this is where Dhaka is key. Bangladesh and Myanmar share a small border. It is just 271 kilometers long, but this border connects Chittagong in Bangladesh to the Rakhine state in Myanmar. And this border is a flashpoint. Earlier this year, the United Nations chief made a proposal. He called for an aid corridor from Chittagong to Myanmar. On paper, I know it sounds noble, but aid corridors inevitably become political. They're often used to ferry weapons and logistical support. Muhammad Yunus and his team okayed the corridor, but the Bangladesh army pushed back. They feared it would weaken Dhaka's sovereignty.
The army will not compromise on issues related to the corridor, national security, and national sovereignty. After August 5, 2024, the Army has coordinated with everyone for the sake of the country.
So the corridor did not happen, but these latest drills are happening in the same area near the Chittagong Hills. So clearly the US has not abandoned its project. Chittagong gives them access to Myanmar. It also gives them access to India's northeast, which brings us to the second question. Should India be worried? Well, there are multiple aspects to this. For starters, some of these drills have been happening for years, like the Tiger Shark, which dates back to the year 2009. But times have changed. India used to have an ally in Dhaka. Now there is Muhammad Yunus, and he is anything but an ally. He has single-handedly destroyed India-Bangladesh ties, and in that background, these drills should worry India. At the same time, we should not be myopic. Because America is not the only challenge in Bangladesh for us. China is making inroads too. Consider the Teesta River project. It's a $500 million mega plan to manage the Teesta River. Sheikh Hasina's government wanted India to do it, but Yunus is giving it to China. Reports say a Chinese team will visit Bangladesh soon. Then there is military cooperation. Bangladesh's Air Force fleet is aging. One of their trainer jets crashed in recent months. So guess what? Dhaka is looking to buy China's J-10 fighter jets. So my point is quite simple. Both America and China have designs in Bangladesh. It is a strategically located country. China is building ports in Bangladesh and Myanmar. It will offer them something they don't have. A presence in the eastern Indian Ocean. A direct access to the Bay of Bengal. That's what China gets. For America, the goal is the opposite, to block China's access to the Indian Ocean. And of course, to keep tabs on India. New Delhi must be mindful of both these ambitions. And Dhaka? Well, they are playing a dangerous game. Yunus is caught in the middle of a great power rivalry. Any mistake could prove to be too costly.
First post now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktoren,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Kali radikali.
Japanese,
4 兆ドル以上も
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select the language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. First post.